Yes, conductors, teachers. Now we move on to grades 5 to 7. Western Peace, Glorious. And the song is by Stephanie Mabley, right? Glorious, maybe just to talk about the song a little bit more, that because it's written here that it's from Meet the Mormons. Meet the Mormons, we know it to be a sort of like movie/documentary. However, the song was actually written before the movie, way before the movie was written. Now, one of the few things that we need to note about the song, that's number one, that the song has got a contemporary feel to it. The song is very, very much contemporary in its feel. So the name itself, as we always say, listen to the title, or always look at the title and try to discern what the song might mean. This title is Glorious. However, the song itself does not start as glorious as you would think. Listen to the words. There are times when you might feel aimless and can't see the places where you belong. So you can see the person here is still discursive, as we would say. Is still aimless, like the person who has not found purpose yet. And then on verse 7 it says, but you will find that there is a purpose. It's been there within you all along. So it does not start as glorious as we think, because you know the word glorious comes from the word glory, which is a Latin for victory. So this takes us on a journey of someone who was seeking purpose, or who is seeking purpose. It applies to anyone. So the beginning thereof does not necessarily have to be fast because of the title that says glorious, because this person is still seeking the purpose. So you don't need to push it faster. And to add on that as well, you need to be as sensitive as possible with how you start the song. So the reason why we need to be more sensitive about it is that the one who is going to start, solo one, there are times when you might feel aimless and can see the places where you belong. It's quite calm, and you don't need a soloist that will come in and sing with a high voice and with a louder voice, especially for the mere fact that the range is also quite low here for children. So obviously it is going to be very nice and soft. So you will have to keep it really, really gentle for the opening part of the song. There are times when I can see the places and you will find that there is a purpose. It's been there within you all along. And then when solo 3 comes in, when he says, and when you near it, you can almost hear it. So the song now moves to more like a bridge of some sort, which prepares us for the pre-chorus, or we can call it a pre-chorus. It's a precursor to the chorus, but then when you listen to it, it gives an impression that something is about to happen. So you can hear already, after this, what will come after this? The chorus. It's like a symphony, just keep listening, and pretty soon you'll start to feel out every place a piece and the melody in each one. So you heard verse, we've heard verse, and we've heard the pre-chorus, and we've heard the chorus. Right. Now, as expected, with any structure, pop structure or a rock structure, in a contemporary piece, we expect it to go back to a verse. With different words, of course, but the melody will still be kept. However, this time, what the composer throws in is a bit of humming at the bottom. And the purpose of this humming, listen to this humming at bar 23, when this, the soloist starts singing. It is there to create the ambience, to create the mood. So how you use the humming, it is very crucial that it does not cover the soloist, but rather it supports the soloist and give an ambience to the whole thing. So because of that, naturally so, it will slightly lift in terms of dynamic level. So because the words are changing and you can feel that there's development now to what the person is saying. Because now he's saying, and you will know now to let it ring out as you discover who you are. Others around you will start to wake up to the sounds that are in their hearts. So it's seen this way. Two things. If you didn't have purpose in life, once you find it, then all of a sudden you have a reason to wake up. You have a reason to wake up in the morning, and all of a sudden there's this sudden energy and this sudden glow about you. And number two, it also starts to affect those that are around you. When you have negative energy, you affect them with the negative energy. When you have positive energy, you affect them with positive energy. So this second verse of the song is now filled with a lot of positive energy. And you can feel even from the piano, the composer is clever enough to bring about this rhythm. She knows very well that when the singers or when the conductor hears this already, it will give lift to the whole music. Let's just go through the second verse. Yes, and then, oh, beautiful song. And then now, his or her precursor to the next chorus is the sopranos and the soprano 1. Soprano 1 and soprano 2. Because now, when the soloist goes, it's so amazing, they answer, it's so amazing, it's so amazing. And then he responds again, what we all creating. So now he creates an even bigger precursor as compared to the first one. So just to recap, the first pre-chorus was there, but now the second pre-chorus before the chorus now has a bit of a lift to it. And then what does that mean to us? It means now that the chorus, second chorus now, or chorus second time around, will also have a lift to it. And you can also hear from the accompaniment. It's quite busy, and it is filled with energy to say now we're lifting this song. And then from then he does not go back to the verse. The composer does not go back to the verse, now goes to the bridge. Because at bar 41, after hearing this, oh, it's glorious. By the way, that comes like it becomes like a leitmotif of the whole song, because we hear it all the time. You can almost like sing along to it. glorious. So after this slide motif, then he changes, he goes into something totally new. Glorious, glorious, yes. So the words are in rhythm. In rhythm, the words will be glorious, glorious, yes. As you feel the notes build, you will see with a slight diminuendo or a decrescendo, whichever way you want it. With a slight diminuendo. Why? Because after this he goes down there again. It's like a symphony. Just keep listening. And pretty soon. So he's not only recapitulating, he's not only repeating what he said, but he's reminding you of how this feeling of you finding purpose comes and how it creeps in, because it doesn't creep in with a lot of noise. It's like a symphony, just keep listening, and then moves. So that's how the song, and he puts also a diminuendo at the end so that it does not go, oh, 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 it's glorious, because it does not agree with this chord. You can hear the chord is a lot calmer. You can hear the chord is a lot gentler. So you cannot go louder on it. Oh, 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 it's glorious. So the closing points, just the closing points to this beautiful song. Note something. I want you to note something about the verses, especially the first verse, to show that the composer is discursive and also is using what we call word painting in his music as well. There's nowhere on the first verse where the soloists sing on the first beat. All the time. There are times when and on top of it all, he does not, or the composer does not put them on the second beat or on the second half. She puts them in places where you can almost not predict where they are going to be. So this is this discursiveness that we're talking about. First time around, after the beat, da 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 da, and then this one, second half of the first beat, da da da, and then the third one, da da da. You only have just a semiquaver before they come in. But what's interesting about it is that the only time they sing on the beat, everyone sing on the beat, is when they're going, oh, 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 it's glorious. So the word glorious is the one that goes on the beat for emphasis and to show, actually to display what the song is all about. So, in closing, learn the song properly first. Get the rhythm properly. We know that it's a contemporary song. We know that it's a pop song. It should have a pop feel. Yes, it should not be stifled. It should not be rigid. But learn the song properly first, because the beauty of the song lies in its beautiful intonation. It lies in its beautiful sense of pitch and the rhythm. Thank you, and good luck with the song.
The song that we are going to do right now, it is a prescription for the boys choir grade 5 to grade 7. The title of the song, it is called You'll Never Walk Alone. This is a show tune from Rodgers and Hammerstein's musical The Carousel. In the second act, a character by the name of Nettie Fowler, who is the cousin to one of the lead actors, who is Julie Jordan, sings You'll Never Walk Alone to comfort and encourage Julie when her husband Billy Bigelow, who is a male lead, falls on his knife and dies after a failed armed robbery. It is also reprised in the final scene to encourage a graduation class of which Louise, who is the daughter to Billy and Julie, is a member. The song is sung at association football clubs around the world, where it is performed by massed chorus of supporters on match day. This tradition developed at Liverpool FC after the chart success of the 1963 single of the song by the local Liverpool group called Jerry and the Peacemakers. Now fast forward to 2020. In some areas of UK and Europe, it became an anthem for support for the medical staff and the first responders and those in quarantine during the COVID-19 pandemic. Back to 1990, at the Nelson Mandela International Tribute to Free South Africa concert, which was at Wembley Stadium in London, the audience spontaneously broke out into a mass rendition, and Mandela, who was there, turned to Adelaide Tambo, who had accompanied him onto stage, and asked, could you imagine, Adelaide, what is this song about? And obviously Adelaide replied, it is a football song. Right. In 1998, the three tenors, obviously known as Jose Carreras, Placido Domingo, and the late Luciano Pavarotti, peaked at number 46 on the top 100 of the official German charts, and number 35 on the UK singles chart a week later. 2001, Barbra Streisand performed at the 2001 Emmy Awards in honor of the victims of the September 11 attacks. It's a significant song. Renee Fleming sang this song in the inauguration of Barack Hussein Obama back in January 20th, 2009. Now, other notable versions, obviously, it is that of Patti LaBelle and the Blue LaBelles back in 1964, Josh Groban in 2015, locally, the Afro Tenors in 2008. I hope you're going to enjoy this song. It's a beautiful one. Maybe we should start doing it practically so that you hear how it's supposed to sound like. It is in 4/4 time, which is a simple time. If you can look at the accompaniment, I'll ask Mr. Moisi to play for me. It is that sort of which depicts sort of water, as we usually call it, which suggests flow in the music. Maybe let's listen just to the piano accompaniment just for a few bars. And thank you. Now, when we are going to start the song at bar number 2, that's where we're going to start singing. There's a key change that you need to also observe, which happens at bar number 10. Usually when there's a key change in the song, especially for primary school learners, we suggest that you also do the key changes separately, so that they also get used to the key changes and also get used to the initial key which has been suggested by the music. So it makes it easier when they get to the key change part to just automatically adjust into the right note. And the words goes as follows: when you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm is a golden sky and the sweet silver song of the lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain. Though your dreams be tossed and blown, walk on, with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. Bawan. As arranged, it is for treble 1, 2, and 3. I think you are going to enjoy this beautiful music, and I think it is appropriate for this particular age. All the best. Wishing you all the best. Thank you. Rolling.
Cameras are rolling. When you're ready, you can go, sir.
Still on grade 5 to 7, we're doing Africa, Setswana, and then the name of the song is Tshegang by Motuba, Joe S.P Motuba. Right, but I'd like to read the words first before I say anything about the song, so that we might find out why composer are Tshegang. Banyana ba itumetse botlhe ba bina ka boitumelo matsatsi a thoko a tlile ka dikolo di tswaletswe. So that's your opening statement, that's your exposition. It says banyana ba itumetse botlhe. Banyana in a way ke bana botlhe, right? As compared to the popular connotation ya gore banyana is girls. No, ke bana botlhe, because girls ka Setswana ke basetsana. So banyana ba itumetse botlhe, bana botlhe ba itumetse, ba bina ka boitumelo. They are singing with joy. Why? Because matsatsi a thoko a tlile. Thoko ke go robala, thoko a go robala ka dikolo di tswaletse. So they'll get to sleep more because the schools are closed. And then he carries on ko go ba 9. He says basetsanyana ba bina tswine him megolokwane ithiba tsebe him ha Tshegang. That's closing of the first section. So rhythm for the first section, for the top part. So the song is very, very much syncopated, if I may mention that. So it goes banyana ba itumetse botlhe ba ha bina ka boitumelo matsatsi a thoko a tlile ka dikolo di tswaletswe basetsanyana ba bina tswine him Him Mekholokwane itibatsebe. Him ha 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 Tshegang. So you'll go something like this. Then right, and then it moves to a section, dolce. Dolce means sweet, playfully as well. So he wanted it to be innocent, yet playful at the same time. So the playfulness, you get it from the rhythms that he's using, as well as the words, as well as his narration of the story as to what is happening. Because it says, ba tila tila, ba teta teta, ba duma duma, ba tsecha tsecha, ukwa. So tila tila is that play when like they're hiding, they're coming out, that kind of play. So you hear it even in the rhythm. Ba tila tila, ba teta teta, ba duma duma, ba tsecha tsecha, ukwa. Utla ha 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 Tshegang. So goes like so. Two things about this section before I move on to another section. Notice the chromaticism in this song, especially between the extreme parts, that is soprano 1 and the altos / tenors. Because these ones are thinking, so it's important to get that. And these ones, so it sounds distinctly T, not T, but otherwise it's going to affect the nice harmony that is here. So we need that harmony to come out very nicely, because the ones in the middle, the soprano 2s, will now close in the gap very nicely. That. And then another thing about it is the playfulness of it. When they say at part 24, when they go, he gives rhythm to soprano 2 and altos, which needs to come out very nicely in staccatos. There are dots there. So do you hear that? So, nice chromatic ending to this section. And then we move on to the next section. Now the next section just changes key now. So easy to get this note because it's exactly an octave higher from where they were singing. So the sopranos, they saw that they were singing in a sound of do. Now they're going same note, which is a G high. End of the section. kana mahura a banyana ke boroko. Loso logolo lona gatwe ke setshego. Right, so we need to fix other the text here. That is, if you had not fixed the text here in terms of the language. According to the score, according to a score, it says kana mahura abanyana ke boroko. Leso legolo lona ga tui, not gatwa. It's written there gatwa. It's written leso legolo lona gatwa. So please fix that. Ga tui, not twa. Ga tui ke setshego, not gatwa ka setshego. So fix twa to tui and fix the ka to ki. Right. And then when it comes on, it says batabike, which should it's supposed to be batabile, not batabike. Batabile kabadupelezi boroko. Ising buboko as it's written there. So fix that twa to tui, ka to ki, and then batabile, not batabike, kabadupelezi boroko. And I think there's also the very same problem with the second sopranos. If you can look at bar 29, starting from bar 28, it goes nya, na, ki, bo, ro, ko, so, lo, re. It says so, lo, re instead of so, lo, ho, lo, coming from lo, so, lo, ho. So, lo, ho, lo, ki, not ko as it's written there. So you fix that as well. Ho, lo, ki, setshego. So you need to fix that as well. And then as well, consistencies with the altos and tenors, alto stress tenors, where they say leso, leso, leholo instead of leso, leholo. Because when you say leso, you have to say leholo or loso, leholo. So it has to be consistent. So you find those mistakes that are there. Right, we're nearing towards the end of the song, and this is the from bar 36, right? From bar 36 now, it almost like it's the beginning of the song, which says banyana batabile ka dikolo di tswetswe ba itumetse baya magaye. Here's another mistake that we need to fix. Not baya mogaye as it's written, but baya magaye. Right? So we need to get that fixed. Batlola kalimi bila Tshegang lo seke lwa nyenya tubang mahatla alona Tshegang tate Tshega khadi Tshegang lotle makharebe makau le makawana. So notice that, not makau le makau le makawana. Tatamologang ka setshego. So, as I said, that is the section that leads to, the ending of the song. And it will go like this. Just a note. Keep the song steady. It doesn't have to be too fast. Lively means lively. It does not mean that the song needs to be rushed. Just keep it lively. So you be careful at the rhythm with the rhythm at bar 54. Makawana and then the last section, now they are laughing because he said tatamologang ka setshego, meaning laugh. So this one goes without saying that when you laugh, obviously we laugh from the diaphragm. No, you don't laugh from this part. And when you laugh, the notes tend to be shorter. So he didn't write staccatos there. However, we know that the notes are going to be shorter so that you don't have this ha 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 ha. Be sure to keep it so that you keep it as lively as possible. And then largo cadenza. We know the word cadenza from all Italian operas to be a place where now the singer or the musician have what do you call this, liberty. They are now free to express themselves because now this is the ending. They are now free to show off. And he says he wants it in largo. So it means it will be twice slower in terms of the tempo. So you go slow. So you take it slower, but it must still have this comic and lively feel about it at the end. Thank you very much. Good luck with these songs.